Hello, and welcome to Movie Monday. That light's really bright, so we're not going to be looking at the camera very often.
I'm not looking at it at all.
This week we watched Day of the Panther. I'll read the back of this one.
Okay.
Jason Blade.
Wait. Are you sure you can do this?
I'm positive.
Okay.
Jason Blade. Revenge in his heart. Panther in his blood.
That's it?
Anyone who graduates from the most elite academy of martial arts, the Panther School, belongs to a tight family, and when one of their own gets killed, it's all out fury. Eddie Stazak stars as Panther. They never called him Panther.
No.
They never said Panther once. It stars as Panther, Jason Blade, an international undercover agent. John Stanton from Taipan and Rent-A-Cop, 2 movies, stars as his instructor and mentor. Jason's beautiful partner Linda gets killed after a one-woman war on an Australian drug lord's kung fu killers. American drug lord's kung fu killers is all capitalized, by the way. Now Jason Blade wants revenge, and he'll get it. Watch the fury fueled by a panther's rage in this martial arts spectacular, Day of the Panther.
It was a piece of crap.
Directed by Brian, man from Hong Kong, Trenchard Smith. Jason Blade. Revenge in his heart, Panther in his blood. So, first off, I need to say that the cover for this,
It's a lie.
it's really glared, but it has a pig mask, a skull mask, and an old man mask, which are all in the movie, but they get killed off at the very beginning. Like
Within the first 10 minutes. Which I kind of slept through part of that. So.
Yeah, so it pretty much starts off with telling you how... Well, first off, this one was all messed up, so it would just go black every couple of minutes, or, like, frames.
Towards the final initiation. My name is Anderson.
But it was fine. We got the gist of it. Pretty much karate in Australia.
Martial arts.
In Australia.
Yeah. Drug lords.
In Australia. Snakes.
In Australia.
So it starts off with telling you everything about how he joined, or how they became, they're Triad something. Like, it doesn't say it on the box, but they're like...
The Temple of the Panthers.
After they find out who they are, Jason was going into Australia while the chick Linda was fighting all those guys.
That's the... I've had this movie since I was like 6.
You said 5.
Same thing. Honestly, I don't remember. I got it when I was in Texas from, like, some store that was obviously a great store because it's 2 for $5.
Oh.
And I remember this very well, that I got this and my cousin got a Flintstones cartoon. He doesn't remember
Oh.
any of it, but it happened. So yeah, there's this fight scene that's probably the best fight scene in the movie, where they're like in this abandoned warehouse or school or something, and they're just chasing her around trying to beat her up and such. So that happens, and then
She takes out the 3 dudes with the masks.
yeah, she kicks the one down the stairs, and he gets impaled on pipes or something. That part blacked out, but I remember that. This second one, she hides in the door, like above the door on a shelf that's very well placed above the door, and beats him in the back of the head with a stick, or a wood
metal pipe
frame.
thing.
No, he was
No, she picked up a metal pipe.
Oh, it was a metal pipe.
Then I was awake for that one.
And then the third one, she just kicked through a wall and he fell very far to his death.
Yes, that was fun.
And then she went back to her car. The keys were gone, and she looked in her mirror, and there was a guy dangling them, who turns out to be the antagonist. It's the bad guy, the antagonist.
It's the bad guy.
He, Baxter. Very nice name. He then proceeds to kill her. She tries to beat him up, and he just throws his knife and kills her. Doesn't show it though. Then Jason Blade
Gets
gets a call that his pink shirts were missing. His other pink shirts were lost.
And maybe that his friend Linda died.
His
but
pink shirts were missing.
it was mostly his pink shirts. We were worried about the pink shirts.
Jason Blade.
So, after that, he talks to Linda's dad and cousin, and he finds out about who Linda was trying to find, and he goes and finds the guy.
Who is Mr. Zukol.
Zukol.
Davian Zuko.
And all that. Then he proceeds to beat up all the men, his security guards, and then Zukol hires him. It's not that good of a movie.
There were a couple cops
that
had really no point in being in this movie.
Besides being the comedic,
The added comedy.
Yeah,
It's just
that wasn't really needed. Yeah. Then he meets Gemma, who he proceeds to flirt with and then finally bang.
That was the cousin. That was Linda's cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gemma.
Is that what her name was?
Gemma.
Jenna. Alright. Yeah. He eventually does.
Her.
Yeah. You were rooting for that the whole time.
Because it was gonna, she was dancing for him and stuff when they were in the gym. He was just working out and starts dancing, and he's like, well, gotta keep working out because she's dancing.
You should let the bar hit her in the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been funny. Just lets the bar go up and hit her right in the jaw.
Delivers drugs for Zuko, but it's not actual drugs, it's just flour, and the money he gets is just paper.
Yeah.
And
he beats all the crap out of those guys.
Yeah.
And that's where the cops came in again and tried to be
funny,
good, and they suck. He goes and he's all pissed off at Zukor, and he's demanding why, and then now him and Baxter have to do jobs together. He works under Baxter even though he doesn't like that at all.
Under Baxter's supervision.
I'll work with Baxter, not under him.
They go to where the final fight takes place.
Yeah, because Baxter had to pick something up.
Yeah. And then they left.
Yeah.
That was that whole scene there.
Yeah.
Then Baxter shows up at the gym that Gemma and the mentor
Anderson
work.
And he's trying to starts grabbing up on Jenna, and then Anderson comes in and makes her leave and was gonna fight him, and
he takes his shoes off. And
he takes his shoes off.
And then he's like, I don't have time for this or whatever, and then he kicks the guy's shoe and walks away.
after the small fight time.
Kick a shoe. Kick a shoe. Yeah!
They are. The Anderson guy wants to be a part of taking down Zukor because he's just pissed that it was because of him that his daughter died, and he knows that Jason Blade can do it.
Jason Blade.
Jason Blade.
Who never once uses a blade.
Yeah, that was really upsetting. And then now they're going around. Jason is actually supposed to be fighting in this tournament that Zukor holds to get pretty much like money really easily because he rigs it and people bet on the winner. And Baxter hires some guys to go beat up Jason, and it doesn't work. He takes out like 6 or 7 guys all by himself.
Yeah, all wearing different colored masks.
Yeah, they're wearing different colored masks. So after that, Baxter does some snooping around into Anderson's house, and he finds a picture of him, Anderson, and Linda.
Yeah, Jason,
Anderson, and Linda. And he takes the photo, he's all pissed, and he cuts the phone line so that when Linda and Anderson come back, they can't call him.
Jason.
Call Jason, who's at the basketball courts.
Basketball stadium. It says basketball stadium in giant text across the building. The famous Australian basketball stadium. Which he goes into, and then they're like, oh, they show him the picture, and then all the guys try to fight him, and he runs away. And then hides in this one room.
He leaves them out, and then he hides in the one room.
Yeah, and then he gets the chains the door shut.
Yeah.
And they leave.
And they're going to Zukor, the place where the tournament's being held.
Yeah, and then he tells Gemma to go to the phone, and then they go to find the drugs.
And
because they need to find the drugs so that the cops can arrest Zuko or Pearl. I don't know what
Z. We can call him Z.
Zuko.
And yeah, so they do that. Jenna finds a phone. She can't get in. So she takes a garbage can, throws it through a window, and then she opens the door after breaking this giant window. Kind of found that stupid, but whatever. The phone doesn't work, and while she's doing that, they find the cocaine, and they grab some, but Zukor and a few of his guys come up, and one of them grabs Jenna and starts taking her away, while the others go and grab Jason Blade and Anderson.
And so the guy starts trying to molest Gemma.
Wait a second. I kind of like this, actually.
Yeah, and then
And then there's a guy with a shotgun pointed at Anderson, leading him away as Jason and Baxter start fighting, while Mr. Zukor watches.
And then Anderson knocks the gun out of his hand, shoots the gun, or the gun fires, and he throws the guy off the cliff, or rolls him across a thing into a net, and you see a hand come up and stop him.
Oh, it was great.
That was the best part of the movie. Did you see the hand come up?
Yeah.
To stop him?
Yes.
So Zuko goes and looks for Anderson, and so it's just cutting between Baxter and Jason Blade fighting, Anderson running from Zuko, and Gemma running from the random guy.
Yeah.
Then she hides and gets a snake on her, and then runs away again, and then she beats him to death with a stick. I don't know what happened to Zuko because it kept blacking out there.
Yeah,
and
that was when it started getting bad again.
Jason they all just beat the bad guys,
yeah.
and that was the end of the movie.
Yeah.
What would you give this movie?
I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
I'd give it a For nostalgia's sake, like a 7 out of 10.
Okay, yeah. For decency and like actually
For the fight scenes.
The fight scenes were actually really good. Those were I would give a 7 out of 10 too. But the rest of the movie, it's like a 4.
What about the dance scene? And then the slight boob scene.
No.
Alright. Well, thanks for watching. Next week we'll be watching hopefully a movie that we can actually watch. That won't black out every 5 seconds.
I may or may not fall asleep.
Thank you for watching.